and training talks with General Manager Allen Flavell. Alan, quickly from last weekend, 4-point weekend, possibly not the most fluid performances, but at this stage of the season, points are all that matter.
Exactly, yes. I mean, like I say, I don't know. We started off well on Saturday and scored 4 goals in the first period. Probably a little bit fortunate to go in 4-0 up, I guess. But then second period got a little bit stale and untidy and what have you. We turned it around a little bit more in the third period and, 5-0. Yeah, we got the points. It was a good win at home and obviously I haven't had that many home games this year with the fixtures being the way they are. And then Sunday we travelled down to Nottingham, and that was a little bit emotional, I guess, for a lot of the lads and the fans, I guess, but we got through that. The captain Mike Elder and Chrissy Sykes and James Moss went and laid a wreath on behalf of the Stars at the Adam Johnson Memorial presentation there. And then we started off reasonably well, I thought, and then the game got away from us a little bit. Tommy fell over, came out to play a puck and went over, and they scored a quick goal, and then all of a sudden they just sparked into life, and then we had a real battle on, and that's always been the case, I think, this year. We've got to be very careful that we don't take teams for granted. We are sitting pretty at the top of the table, but there's a chasing pack, 4 teams right behind us, and we can't afford to slip up. We came out with the points in the end, 4-2. Like I say, it wasn't the prettiest display, but we'll take the 2 wins. We'll take the 4 points. That was the main thing, and we'll move on from there. Yeah,
you mentioned the fixtures earlier on. I think what we've said over a few years we've been doing this. Stars like to play games every weekend. It keeps the momentum going, and then we had the mad start where we're playing double header after double header after double header.
Yep.
And then we've had 2 weekends off. A double header. We've got this coming weekend off, and then 2 huge double headers coming up. First, we'll talk about it in a minute. But how is it to keep the guys? Obviously, they're training, but there's a difference between training and games. So we do like to have those games every weekend, don't you?
We do, yes. I mean, even if it's just the one game, either home or away on a Saturday or a Sunday, just to keep the momentum going and whatever, and keep the lads dialed in. So. When we haven't got a game on the weekend coming up, then surprisingly enough, there's a few of the players will go missing. All of a sudden, they need to work, or they've got a little ailment, or whatever. So it's just to trying to keep them all there on training, the camaraderie going, and just having the next game. I appreciate that the Sharon, the girl that's looking after the IHA fixtures, has got a thankless task there, and it's a difficult task trying to coordinate all the games for ourselves, and now we've got a Div 2 side, and a lot of others have, and she's doing the fixtures for them all. So it is a difficult one, especially when we actually had to postpone a game as well. So we just got to make the best of it. I mean, after this, I think we get back to a sort of like reasonably steady run. There's a bit of a layoff over Christmas, but again, I think that's usually a good break for everybody. We won't train over the Christmas period, and then straight back beginning of January, we'll train that week, and we're back into the games on the 6th, I think it is. So
So you mentioned the postponed game against Nottingham from the end of October. You've managed to get that in just before the end of November, so it means after this weekend we've got a home double header. So it's Nottingham on the Saturday at a 6 o'clock face off, and then the Widnes, the original planned fixture on the Sunday. So home double header, and I think the following weekend it's Solihull at home, Whitley away, and that's overall 4 huge games.
Oh, it is massive, yeah. Well, like I say, we really wanted to get that Nottingham game rearranged. We did want to go 2 down the road. We had a look at the fixtures, and Nottingham had no game, and we didn't have a game on the Saturday. We had a clash with the junior set up here. So what we're actually doing is we're going to play a junior under 14s game, which is why we pushed the face-off back to 6 o'clock. So we can still fit one of the junior games in. There was an under 10s jamboree, but I'm not sure whether that was cast in stone, so they're just going to do that later on, so that wasn't as much of a problem. But and then of course we've got Widnes on the Sunday as well, and Widnes are picking up there. Yes, it's going to be a good weekend again, and hopefully we can come up with the 4 points.
Off the ice, we've had Zoe in from Clifton Lodge, making like a second guest appearance on Billingham Stars TV. Clifton Lodge from last year to this have already increased their support of the Stars, but over the last couple of weeks again, after the Adam Johnson, they've come forward and given even more support. So a word about Clifton Lodge.
Well, that was it. I mean, to be fair, it was Zoe and Donna that actually contacted me and made the offer of supporting extra support for the Billingham Stars by anybody that needed a neck guard. They were more than happy to fund the cost of the neck guards. As you might imagine, neck guards have become very scarce, shall we say. But we have managed to secure them now, so all the team now are wearing neck guards. And like I say, I made it mandatory almost immediately. I gave the lads a little bit of breathing space to get kitted out, because I know it was difficult to get hold of them. So I said as long as I had some sort of neck protection on, whether it be a snood, whether it be a polo neck jumper even, or whatever, just so they had some neck protection there. But now we've managed to kit everybody out with the Kevlar neck protectors, so you know we should be covered. I mean, the EIH are going to bring it as mandatory come the end of December anyway. So, and I guess moving forward from this, it'll just be mandatory right from juniors. You'll just carry on wearing them right the way through. You know, it seems, unfortunately, it's took a tragedy to you know make this happen, sort of thing. But that's just like anything in the world, I guess. It sometimes takes a tragedy to force somebody's hands to make it happen. You know, it's a bit like ourselves wearing helmets on the bench here at Billingham. We should really wear them all around the rink, because you know I've lost count of the number of people that have been hit in the face or banged on the head with pucks during the course of the games. You know, it seems a bit crazy, but there you go.
Yeah, and the neck protection, it's one of those things that obviously it's mandatory in juniors, and it's looking back, it seems odd that when players turn 18, they kind of celebrate taking the neck guard off by making themselves more vulnerable.
That's right, the neck guard and the full face visor, of course. You know, you can go to a half visor once you get to 20 years old. And although, yes, it might be a little bit easier to see what's going on and a little bit more lightweight, but with modern technology now, I mean, you can get the, well, they call them a bubble, whatever, but the visor with a mesh underneath, so they don't cloud up, you know, and it just gives you that protection. I mean, even last week we had an incident on the Wednesday night when we were just training, a freak incident, when the lads fired a puck in, it ricocheted off somebody's skate, his boot, and came up and hit Alex Preston in the face, and you know, split his face open, you know, stitches all over the place. And again, we seem to have had a little run of injuries, and you know, it's not good when it's all preventable. And you know, I know I can't really force the lads to wear full face cages and whatever, but I certainly can with their neck guard. So that's where we're going with that one.
And as we said, the support of Clifton Lodge with the neck guards, they've had a home game last weekend. They had a table. They did like a raffle and a tombola. But they're also doing something this weekend as well, and we're trying to support them as a club as well. It's Zoe and some of the girls from the practice, rather them than me, but they're going into the sea at Carew.
That's right.
On Sunday morning.
10 o'clock Sunday morning. Anybody that fancies going down there, get your Star shirt on. I've given Zoe about 25 shirts, so all the girls are going to be wearing Billingham Star shirts, and they're all going to go for a dip in the sea. I know a lot of people have done this, or possibly a lot of people have done this on New Year's Eve or Boxing Day. You know, it was a bit of a tradition. I think they might have to restart me if I go in, but Patrick has volunteered to go in with the girls, and he's volunteering me, but unfortunately I am working this weekend. But if I do make it back in time, I've said I'll certainly be there, and whether or not I actually get in the water, I don't know. I struggle to get in the summer, never mind in the winter.
But we've obviously Zoe's they've got a Just Give page if people want to donate, or if people are in Clifton Lodge practice, there's got old-fashioned sponsor forms as well. So we wish the girls from the lodge and Paddy all the best on Sunday morning. It's November, it's Sunday morning. It's not going to be the warmest bit of North Sea. But,
No, but it's fantastic support from Clifton Lodge. Like I say, it's not very often you actually get contacted with somebody volunteering to help you out on certain things like this, you know. And like I say, they've increased the sponsorship this year. They've got their name on the back of the shirts, and yeah, things are going really well with them. So I wish them all the best with the endeavours with the veterinary practice.
And just a quick one on sponsorship for clubs like the Stars at this level. Having sponsorship is great, but having a local sponsor, so you've got not just the financial tie, but you've got the community ties as well. So being able to do something in the locality where you're situated is huge.
That's it. And you know they've got 3 or 4 different veterinary practices and what have you. So as I've said in the programme numerous times, you know, support the people that support the Stars. So you know, if you've got a dog, a cat, or whatever, and you need to go to the vets, then why not use Clifton Lodge? You know, it is, they offer us a great service sort of thing, and everybody needs a vet if we're all pet lovers, you know.
Indeed. Well, we wish Zoe and the girls and Paddy and yourself all the best for
all
Sunday.
The best, yeah.
Enjoy your weekend, whatever you're up to, and we'll catch up again soon.
Smashing, great.